Welcome to Be a Light. My name is Felicia, as well as Galactic Priestess of the Spiral Light, Priestess Makala, and Niana. I'm going to light up a little bit of this goodness here. Are we there yet? Oh my goodness. At this rate, I'm just looking at just permanently just don't even bother getting up, because the weekend will be right back in your face again in less than 48 hours. It feels like time is just flying by so fast. So welcome on in. Happy Monday, or should I say Magic Monday. So let's start off with this. Hey, lovely. Saw you were coming on right now. Nothing about. Yeah, that's happening with everyone. The notification things. That's happening with everything. I had somebody come on and I was like, God, I didn't even get a notification that you were coming on. They literally said, you have to unsubscribe, then resubscribe, just so that you start getting the notifications, because YouTube land is doing all kind of weird stuff every time they do their updates or their changes, or who knows anymore. Aren't we just kind of tired and bored with the whole scenario? I am just like over it. I'm just like way over it. I'm over it. Just done. But here we go. Let's start off with this. It's the final countdown. Because once we hit the summer solstice, and there was another oh my gosh, what was that? Crop circle that was done. And I said, all right, here we go. So we got a lot of energy shifting this week. And then when we hit summer solstice, that's going to really do some major shifting for us. Okay. We're leaving together. But still it's farewell. And maybe we'll come back to Earth. Who can tell? I guess there is no one to blame. We're leaving ground. Will things ever be the same again? It's the final countdown. It's the final countdown. Oh. We're heading for Venus, and still we stand tall, because maybe they have seen us and welcome us all. Yay! With so many light years to go and things to be found, I am sure that we'll all miss her so. Miss her so. Sounds like they're talking about Mother Earth. Hey, lovely. It's the final countdown. It's the final countdown. It's the final countdown. It's the final countdown. It is the final countdown. We're leaving together. The final countdown. We're all miss her so. It's the final countdown. The final countdown. Oh, it's the final countdown. Now this song was straightforward. It didn't have a lot of lyrics with it. It was just a final thing. But if you've ever heard that song come on, it has that. And I remember when, there was this lady. I think it was back in the day. It was back in the day when I was working in, oh God, where was it? Was it Surge? Was it Ortho? One of those floors I was working. And you know how if you worked in the hospitals or any of the long-term care facility, when they come to bring the meds around to fill up for the next nurse to pass out the meds, this one tech would come up and we would hear her tune that she had on her cell phone of someone calling her. So it would be the final countdown, and it would always blast off with that. I was like, oh, she's here. Did she get that med? I need that flagyl. Where is she? I'll be like, where is that lady? I need that antibiotic for Mr. Smith. Hello. So she would always have that song. And I remember I asked her one time, and I said, why do you have that as your theme song? She said, because in pharmacy, when we get all the meds together and we got to go drop them off either at a location or bring them up on the floors, it's always a final countdown. It's like, okay, come on, we got to hurry up and get ready for the next shift. Final countdown, come on, let's. I said, okay, got it. So that song itself, when it's talking about we're leaving together, we'll miss ourselves, it's talking about they are venturing off at Earth. They're going to leave Earth, but they're going to miss herself. Hey, Pearly, come on in. Hey, Kristen, come on in. So I'm like, final countdown. What's the final countdown to? Are you guys feeling that energy? Are you feeling like that? Okay, let me tell you what's been going on. Okay, just I need all of you to really start paying attention. Okay, because I think I told you guys a few days ago. Was it on a Friday or something? I was sitting on my chair here, and I was writing some notes in my journal. My bedroom door was open. It's just only me and the cats here. And I literally saw a 7-foot, like, white figure with a silver cloak on walk through the living room and kept on going. And it caught my eye because it was so bright. I turned and I went, I saw you, just to let it know that I saw it. So I've been having that. When I'm sitting outside in the sun and I'm soaking up the rays and I'm just like doing my thing, I start seeing the 4 horsemen. And I said, well, I saw them in a picture in the cloud thing, the 4 horsemen. Okay. But then that image faded away and I'm just doing my thing. And then I see like these 4 tall shadow-like beings. They just come up real quick and they disappear. And I'm like, what the hell am I seeing? So then, get this. I'm just doing my thing. You know how you do, you're scrolling and all this. And all of a sudden I come across someone's page and they start talking about these 4 watchmen and how tall they are. And they just have the eyes. And then sometimes they have the hat thing. And I'm like, oh, that's what I was seeing. I wonder if they're the same ones that ride the horse, the 4 horsemen. And I'm like, why am I hearing that? Why am I seeing that? And I said, okay. So I just kind of sat with it a little bit. And then last night I lay down and, after I do my closing of the day, did my prayer thing. And I'm laying there and I'm like, okay. And then I call in my dragons. I say, hey, can you guys go through and do your clears and blah, blah, blah. Let's just tighten some things up. And I open my eyes just in time to just see one of them flying right over me on my ceiling. And I see the whole outline. I said, wow, this shift is unreal. So not only are we shifting, but our eyes are shifting. Our third eye is shifting so that you can better kind of like calibrate yourself to see these things. So I'm telling you right now, don't freak out, okay? Sometimes it'll catch you off guard when you see it, but because the vibration is lifting so high, you're going to see a lot more stuff, okay? So just don't flip out. Don't think you're losing your bananas. Don't think your cake's not baked. Don't think you didn't have enough cookie dough going in on the whole process. You're fine. It's just with this frequency, the way it's going up, it's almost like, here, let me just lift that shade up. You know, that little curtain up that you keep the little sun glare out. Let me just lift that up. Oh, let there be light. Look, look, look how clearly you can see. Look how you can see everything so clearly. That's what's happening. So this week, there's going to be so many timeline colliding. And please, family, please, please be so light, family tribe. Be aware when you're in your car that there are people who are not paying attention. They're on that timeline of, I gotta hurry up. You're on your timeline, I'm right here at the right time to do what I gotta do. Okay? So twice today, going down to go see the chiropractor. This lady's whipping through the parking lot with this big SUV, and I'm like, what the hell? She's whipping through, and then I stopped. It was so weird. I stopped before I made the turn to go around in the parking lot to go to the park, to go park my car. I stopped. Here she comes, and I'm like right there, and she hits her brakes, and I'm like, yeah, how you doing? Didn't see me, huh? Yeah. So then she widens out the turn, and I said, why you gotta be so angry? Why are you so angry? You know, I'm like, why it's Monday. You just getting your day started. Why are you so angry already? So she passes by. I go in, get pop, 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 crack, crack, crack. And I'm like, oh, said, thank you. I feel more aligned now. I can stop having this weird headache. And so pay attention. Here we go. Okay. So as we go through the process of our crystalline body being activated, you're going to have some stuckness of plasma. Now, plasma, which is our fluid that runs in between everything of your white blood cells, your red blood cells, it's that liquid. It's throughout the whole entire body, okay? Now, I want you to think about this, and I just want you to just kind of put this in your mindset that if you get a lot of plasmic charged light off the sun coming at you at, I don't know, 1,000 miles an hour or whatever, and it finally hits your body, it's talking to your plasma, you're going to have some issues in your tissues. You're going to have that IT band soreness on the legs. You're going to have the snap, crackle, pops of the kneecaps. You're going to have, oh, what the hell's going on with my ankles? Why do I feel like I'm walking like Frankenstein today and I'm, ow, you know, why is that happening to me? What? I went to bed. I was normal. I wake up. Why the hell can I not walk right? What's going on with me? Did I get beat up in my sleep and I don't remember? Did I fall out of my bed? Did somebody put me back in the bed? What's happening? So you're going to have all these things happening to you. So this is really important as we're going through this process, okay? It's revving up more and more and more because we have a huge timeline jump we got to do when we hit that solstice window, okay? There's so much activations going on. You got to do a lot of self-care. If it's not acupuncture, it's chiropractor. If it's not that, sit yourself down, get some nice oils out, and massage your legs, massage your feet, massage the whole leg itself. And I'm talking about from the ankle all the way up to the hip bone. Massage. Just move the tissue. Get that stuff loosened up because what you're doing, you're not only assisting your lymphatic system and activating that, but you're also breaking up the stuck energy. Because as we go through this whole process of the crystalline body, old things have to be pushed out. Remember what I was talking to you about? If you had surgery and you have the scar tissue and that scar tissue is giving you some problems, you're going to have to kind of break that down. Good castor oil massage on any type of surgical cut to break down those adhesions is good. The code for that is 787. You use 787 frequency code just by saying it and massaging into that area, it starts to break it up. it starts to help that adhesion to release. And I like to just say things like adhesion, start releasing 787, 787, 787, release, 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 release. And it starts releasing it, especially if you have abdominal surgery, if you have anything that's on the back surgery, if you have anything that's a hip surgery, knee surgery, ankle, you get my drift? Any place where you have some tissue where there was a cut done to go in and do the correction, and then it healed up, and now you have adhesions right there. So just taking the time and put some good castor oil and just sit with that and just loosen that up. It's going to help your body alleviate that pain and pressure right there. Because as you can loosen it up, it makes the process a lot easier. So then you can stop walking like you're Frankenstein. Stop hopping around like you're trying to go tip toe because it hurts so much. You can get all that loosened up. My meditation and codes and activation really works for me. Sweet! So you want to make sure that you release those tissues in the days to come. Now, when we hit the summer solstice, we're halfway done with the year already. Didn't we just jump into the year? Didn't we just start? Here we are. So I'm like, time is just going by so fast. Don't have time to be putting up with all the shenanigans. So yes, they're down supposedly tearing up downtown LA. And I say it like that. You want to know why I say it like that? Because I'm not really sure what I'm seeing, if it's real or if it's Memorex. Or is it ChatGPT? That's right, we're an upgrade from Memorex now. We're ChatGPT. Or is it VEO? Is it VEO? So you just don't know what you're looking at. So some of the things I'm seeing, I'm like, okay, that's stage, that's stage, that's stage. Okay, that's stage. But it's an energy thing that's going on. So I'm going to talk about this from an energy point of view and a timeline. Okay? It's a timeline thing. So the whole Trump-Elon thing, that's made up. That's, acting. Academy Award goes to, So that's the timeline. The whole LA thing, timeline. But they're really going in after Newsom. They're dealing with that. Because a lot of this stuff that's being dealt with is getting rid of the clones. Okay? Clone City. A lot of that has to go bye-bye. So a lot of people are going to be so disappointed when you find out, when you've been going to concerts and stuff, that you weren't really seeing the real person. It was just, yeah. It's going to be a little bit too late to get a refund for that, but oh well. It is what it is. That's what they do. So you got to pay attention to these timelines. When those timelines, when it starts becoming a distraction and they're revving up the energy around that certain place, certain person, place, or thing, that's a timeline catch. Don't get hooked in. Recognize it, decode it, keep it moving. Okay? Say, I don't consent to that. I'm still staying centered and focused, dropping down into the sacred heart of myself, and I am still anchoring into the organic new timeline of Mother Earth. I am moving into that higher timeline, and I'm not even saying fifth dimension. We've been in fifth dimension. It's just we're finally being a kind of like pulled out of the amnesia where we're finally realizing it. So moving out of that energy and now moving up to the higher ones, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th dimensions. Yeah, I said 9th. 10th and 11th and 12th is not off of it either, because in order to do spiral light, I have to work in the 12th dimension with the whole team doing spiral light, because that's where it comes from. So allow yourself to move through these higher dimensions. But here's the thing. What are you still holding on to? What still needs to be cleaned up? What is still causing a blockage? Okay. Now, all of you know I left in my post section some information on the biofeedback machine, light machine that I use, and how it goes in and sends a signal to the body so it can correct itself. And I'm like, it works perfect with spiral light because I can get the spiral light activated and it comes in and does those fine tuning things. That is just awesome. And I said, I love this. So one of the buttons I found on there, it was oh, this was so good because I started it. Remember when I started doing all the clears, we got to go into the womb and clear from there whatever was caught up in the womb that you took on and break the contract with that, clear the energy of that. This machine has it. But not only just the womb, it goes from first trimester, second trimester, third trimester, then the first year, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Now, those years right there is what you want to concentrate on when you want to clear, because that is all about that root chakra stuff. Okay. Then, when we get to age 12 and 13, the 12th year and the 13th year is that window right there where this little soft spot that's at the top of the head finally really closes as to secure the soul intact. And the soul finally says, yes, I'm here. I'm going to be here now. Okay? That's when that happens. It's right in that window of 12 and 13 years old. The soul finally makes that agreement. Okay, I'm going to stay. I'm going to be here. I'm going to anchor in even further now. I'm here. Okay. So those clearings need to be looked at as far as when you just say, I need to clear whatever I took on in my mother's womb. That is not mine to take on, because you might have taken on a whole thing. And I want you to really pay attention to this. What if your mother was a target for some crazy ass woman that has something against her and she doesn't really know it and was shooting off all that energy, okay? And then your mother is pregnant with you and that energy comes towards you in the womb. Okay, so let's just say the mother doesn't realize what's going on. She doesn't realize that some bad energy has hit her, okay? So she doesn't do anything about it, but it goes to you. You're the baby. And then you come out and you're dealing with a lot of stuff, but then you find out there's a pattern that runs through the family on the mother's side. They don't stay married long, or the husbands always die early, or they never meet the right guy, or they're always losing their homes, or they're always there's maybe like a job thing that always falls through. There's like this common thread that happens to all of the females on that side of the family. So this is where, if you were born and you're coming in to your dharma, and remember the hint of you're here to do ancestry work, is if you have a love thing for skulls, you have a love thing for skeletons, you have a love thing for the soul festival celebration. If you're into that right there, you're 100% here to take care of generational issues, generational energies that have come to you. If it even is one of those things that kind of scares you, anything with a skull, or anything you see someone doing something with a skull, or people buying jewelry with skulls, or why are you into coloring skull faces and stuff like that, but you're not really sure, that's a part of that medicine about you taking care of generational stuff. A lot of people don't realize that's that key that shows that you're supposed to be doing that. Okay. So I remember I was having a thing of being kind of freaked out about skulls and stuff, and my mind was still doing this thing. Oh, that's evil. Oh, it's anatomy and physiology, and I was doing all this stuff in my head. But then when I met up with the Taino grandmothers and grandfathers, and they read you. They read you point blank. As soon as you come in, before you even show up, hell, they read your ass. Okay, they already know what your intentions are when you show up. They have to check you out before you get to the gate and say yay or nay to you. Okay, and mine was yes. It was open arms, and knowing what I know now. But when you start seeing the skulls and all of that, and I remember the grandmother says, do you fear skulls? And I go, well, do you mean like if I'm gonna go do surgery with somebody? Or she goes, no, do you fear like skulls? And I said, what do you mean? She says, skulls, when you see the skulls. And I said, oh, well, I'm not too really into that. It's kind of, like I look at it and I kind of stay away from it because, I don't want to be bringing in, She goes, no, that's your medicine. That's a part of you. You're here to do generational work. And I was like, what? So I was like, okay. So if you are attracted to things like that, you have to understand that's a part of your medicine. Okay, I'm going to turn this fan up a little more. So just make sure you make note of that. All right, I got that part out. So if you're in the womb and say you come out into life and you're wondering why you're having a hard time or why this is happening or why you keep repeating the same patterns and no matter what you do, it keeps repeating itself, you need to do that research on your bloodline. And a good movie that talks about this, Spell is one, and then Venom. Not Venom, the one that's from Marvel, but Venom, where it was this gas station man who got bit by a snake from a conjure woman who was going across the bridge. She had these snakes in a suitcase. Okay, it's on YouTube. It's here on YouTube. Venom. So that one talks about the ancestral connection realm when things are not right. And a lot of us are walking around with that, especially if you're acting out and doing crazy stuff and you don't know why you're acting out and doing things to people. You might want to check into that part and see what pattern keeps repeating itself with you. Okay? That's the number one thing, because you want to catch the patterns and clear the blockage so it can stop interfering with you. A lot of people are walking around with that and they keep thinking it's something you did. It has nothing to do with you doing something. It has something to do with what happened in your bloodline before you came in that kept repeating itself, and here it stops with you. You're the one that's going to put it down. You're the one that's going to break it. You're the one that's going to say no more. You're going to clean it, and you're going to cut that cord and you're going to put it down. So it no longer will affect anybody in your bloodline. Okay? When you do that work, not only are you cleaning it up for yourself, but you're cleaning it up for your whole bloodline, even if some of the family members are on the other side. So you're helping them to also process that, because what if they didn't recognize it? What if they didn't know that was happening, but you see it very clearly? And now you clear it and you set that energy free. So they now can just move on to where they need to be. A lot of times we take it for granted that when our loved ones pass away, that they have made it to the other side and everything is all just glorified for them. No, not exactly. A lot of times there's unfinished business of something that's happened or a deep secret of something that's happened. Nobody talked about it, and that needed to get cleared up. Okay? The reason why I bring this up is because as we are moving forward into this higher frequency, I can't express this more than ever. How you show up in life, what you're doing, is your frequency. If you are a low vibrational person doing negative stuff and hurting people, that's your frequency. You're going to be noted as that. You're going to be seen and felt as that. People are going to see you for that. Not only just the people, but the realm is going to notice that. When you show up in your highest form of yourself, in the light of all that you are in your divinity, everybody sees that. Everybody feels that. That's your frequency. You want to be in that now more than ever because that's your signature now. Okay? That is your signature. So going forward, as this frequency keeps going up, and as we keep integrating these higher codes, those of you that are awake, that are allowing yourself to integrate those codes, you're just going to keep going up and up and up and up. And the way you know that you are rising up in your frequency more than ever is that people can't see you or hear you. Hi, I'd like to put in for an order, please. Can I get, that chai latte, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. It's a chai latte, da, 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 da. I'm sorry, I still can't hear you. Then you have to drive up to the window and say, chai latte? Oh, a chai latte? Okay. For some reason, I couldn't hear you really well. It sounded kind of like you were far away. The higher you go up, and the ones that aren't doing the work, and they're down here on ground level, like here, and their light is not shining really bright, but yours is really, really bright. And the higher up you are, they can't hear you. You're going to have to keep repeating yourself. Okay? They can't hear you. You don't come down like this. You stay up here. They have to come up like this. You don't go down here. Because I'm going to tell you what, when you drop your energy down and you got to meet here, tired. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of work to deal with this person down on this level. Let me get back up here. I can breathe. I can function. Whoever's down at this level, let their asses stay there until they can come up here. Okay? You don't drop down here. You stay up here. Your whole game plan from this day forward, keep your frequency up so the ones that are like this, they got to match. You're going to help them come up and match. You're going to say, hey, it's time for you to wake the hell up. Raise your ass up and come on up here. Hello. Okay? Don't be dropping your energy down to please others and to fit in with that. Don't do it. We're beyond that timeline. All right. So, gave that. Pay attention to the timelines. This week is going to be, how do I put this? Slap, slap, fast and furious. Oh my God, what the hell? That's the kind of week this is going to be. That's the kind of week it's going to be. Okay? So today we are in the Galactic Portal Energy, kin number 77. Interesting. The red crystal earth. Okay, now this one, let me see. Okay, cool. Okay, the red crystal earth day. Mark your calendars for June 20th, which is going to be the yellow planetary star, and that is also the solstice day. Okay? So that solstice day is going to be, depending on where you are in the world, a Friday or a Saturday. Okay? So that's solstice, and there's the portal day also. Also this week, mark your calendar. On June 13th, we have a Friday the 13th. That's for us. That is High Power Day. There was also Neptune. Where is Neptune? Neptune's supposed to be going retrograde. Where did you go? I'll double check back on that Neptune. I could have sworn Neptune was going to be going retrograde. Okay, I'll double check it. And then we have a Mercury retrograde coming up next month. Full moon on Wednesday, the 11th. So do you see why it's going to be a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs this week? Yeah. A lot of people are not going to have any milk with their cereal at all. It's going to be bone dry. Not going to be fun. Here we go. Okay, so the red crystal earth, I dedicate in order to evolve, universalizing synchronicity. I seal the matrix of navigation with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of universal water. I am galactic activation. Portal, enter me. So the color is red. The planet is Uranus. The chakra is heart, and the earth family is core. There is no rune. There is a diamond-shaped symbol. See, for manage all your action, words, and thoughts accordingly, since you can at any moment quit life. Wow. Manage all your actions and words and thoughts accordingly, since you can at any moment quit life. So if you quit life, say like you wake up and you're having a really heavy, bad day, say like this energy starts really taking a toll on you. And you just say, I'm done. I can't participate anymore. I can't do this anymore. This is too much for me. And you start hitting that going down. Okay, down. Your light's going down. Your light is dimming. It's not staying up. Your light's dimming. Okay. So in that moment, you're quitting. But this is the moment that you can't quit. This is the moment where you have to fight to keep your light up there. Because remember, the game is to get you not to shine so bright in the first place. Okay? You're easier to feed off of. They don't want to feed off of a really bright light person. They want the ones that are really down, depressed, hateful, mean. They want that energy because you're easier to manipulate. You're easier to keep that light down. See what I'm saying? Okay. So if you catch yourself in that type of energy, feeling like that, I need you to take a breath, breathe in. And this is a way that you kick out the energy immediately, just in case you feel like it's something you stepped into. A lot of times we get this stuff when you go into a grocery store, a hospital, doctor's appointment, dental appointment, going into an office somewhere that you normally don't go. You pick up stuff and you start to feel that energy for no reason. Even if it's a conversation on the phone with someone and all of a sudden you start feeling like, automatically bring your hands to heart, breathe in, close your eyes, and say your name 3 times. And say, I am present. I am present. I am grounded into the center of the high timeline, organic timeline of Mother Earth. I am present. As soon as you start feeling that, okay, That's the trick. Call your energy in. Let your energy stand and represent you. Okay? Don't let it go on for hours on end and you start getting a headache. You start feeling totally drained and tired. And then you're like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to lay down and play Sleeping Beauty here. And then you just go into it. And then the next thing you know, you're just like engulfed in it. As soon as you start feeling it, call yourself in, smudge yourself, or take a nice sea salt bath or a nice salt shower. Clean your auric on. Get it all nice and beautiful. Step out into sunlight. If you got sunlight, put your feet on the earth. Take in that sun. Okay? Pull that energy into you. Okay, so this is going to be that cosmic ascension energy into the second dimension. This is also the mental sphere, continuing consciousness. So you're going to feel this kind of right here at the front of the head and right here at the back of the head. But it's that high mind control, the beta alpha control, gate 315 energy. So with this happening, you want to pay attention if you start hearing things about certain amount of volcanoes going off, thunderstorms, and pay attention to hurricane energies. Look at the name in gematria. Pay attention. What that energy, why did they all of a sudden using that name for that hurricane? So let me give you this message. When we hear certain names of hurricanes, that is a way of people emotionally connecting to it. It can actually either cause that hurricane to disintegrate or cause that hurricane to go forward in chaos and fear. Okay? There's a reason why they put a name on it. Okay? I'm pretty sure back in the day, when things like that were happening on this planet, when we didn't have namings of that, we would just say, oh, spirit is upset. There's energy rolling through. Let us come together and send energy out so that it won't come through our land and disrupt everything. Now, in Oklahoma and in native traditions, they know how to take a nice big blade or an axe and throw it down into the earth to cut the corded energy. So when those tornadoes or something's whipping around, if it's coming up on the land, it will go around them because it's cutting the energy cord so it won't line up with that home. Okay? Yeah, little Thor energy there. So it's really important to understand when they start naming things or they're putting that energy out there that we have the spirit connection to be able to pull that energy down of the chaos of it so it won't be so destructive. And maybe even pull it down so much to the point to where we command it not to do what it's going to do. There is a reason why the weatherman can no longer predict stuff like he used to. They're now saying, oh, I can't predict what's going to happen anymore. I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't have the know-how. Well, because right now what's happening, we're able to start tapping into that and seeing it. We the people. We can actually redirect that. Instead of just sitting by and watching it, we can actually come together in a tone vibrational form and bring the energy of whatever it is down. We can do that. No doubt about it. We can do that. But because we've been indoctrinated into a system that has made us feel like we can't do things like that or unable to do that, we believe that. Well, I'm here to tell you today, stop that. Stop believing in that nonsense. Because you are more powerful than you'll ever know. And now with everything coming online that's going to make this suit that much powerful, yeah, meet the new divine intelligence, the full on-scope upgrade. Yeah, we can do that. But it has to be, I got goosebumps. It has to be enough of us in that consciousness that come together in that split second and moment to change it like that. This is not about alchemy. This is not even about wisdom. This is about having a connection in the divinity of who you are and joining together to take something down, to take the energy out of it. It's better to take the energy out of something that's a negative than to become a part of the energy that's a negative. Which one has more power? To pull it out, or do you stay in it to be a part of that? I would hope you'd say to pull it out. Strip the energy out. Okay? So, I thought it was really interesting. I remember saying a couple of days ago before we got into June, not a couple of days ago, I remember, I think it was in the last week, I was saying, oh, I'd like to see that movie Divergent again. So I went on to Tubi and Pluto, didn't see it. They changed over, it's already in June, didn't see it. And I was thinking about it again last night. And lo and behold, I go on to Tubi, and there it is. I said, oh, I'm going to watch that. I want to see what else did I miss in the movie. Because you always find something else when you watch a movie again. You always find something else that you missed, that you didn't pay attention to first time, second time, third time. You find something. And I really was paying attention to something. That Divergent in that movie is all about us. Those of us that are the light workers, the healers, the seers, the ones that can divinely call things in and make things be and revel into that energy. It's about the people that don't conform. It's about the people who don't fit in the box. And they look for that. And what they do in that is they try to get rid of that. They only want the ones that are going to conform and easy to control. Doesn't that sound familiar? Where have we heard that before? What? Doesn't that sound familiar? So just watching that movie, I was just like, yeah. And how she had to hide who she was, really, about her test results. Because the test results would tell the ones who to watch out for, to get rid of. Because that one can see, that one's going to go up against the norm. It's not going to be conformative. We can't have that, because that one will stir up stuff and others will follow it. So where have we heard that before? Where is that happening? Oh, I don't know, right here. Someone gets upset, and the next thing you know, they don't hear when you're putting your videos up and all this stuff, because it's all that gameplay. because you got your minions and your agents that are pulling the narrative. They got to keep everybody in the game, which are also other forms of timelines, depending on who you're following. So if you get someone that's in the Beast of Light tribe like me, and I'm telling you, I'm a problem because I don't conform. We can't have people finding her channel. We'll make sure her stuff stays down. Okay. Whatever. And it's just not me. It's a whole bunch of other people who do the work and are trying to tell people the truth. They're getting it out there. Gosh, that sounds like Divergent. All right, lovelies. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this week is going to be one of those weeks. All right? So take that time out to breathe when stuff starts getting too cray-cray. Okay? Now, today we got that 9 energy. We got a 6 energy and a 9. So 2 9s, then we got that 6. We got the 6 energy. Okay, so we're looking for that balance. Being in that balance. So we have that solstice. Then we got June 19th coming up. That's an ancestral energy that needs to be cleared. Okay, and I think that's it. All right, so far in California land, we got people acting out, doing all their stuff. Now, get this. Someone, I think it was, who was it? Was it Donut Guy? Or was it on a TikTok video? I can't remember. But they had pictures and showed the bricks were already stacked up to start using for throwing and stuff. I'm like, okay, who brought the bricks in? You making plans for this? So, LA is going through, the Los Angeles are fighting each other down there. Or whatever is left down there to be fighting about. Because that's all going to be smart city area. Okay, supposed to have the Olympics and all that. So they're going to do a lot of clearing and demolishing and getting it ready. See the storyline play itself out. Just be aware of the timeline attentions. What is their intention to get my attention? Just remember that. All right, let's take a look-see at how we're going to move through this energy of this week. There's so much energy coming in. And this is also a good time, too, where you don't allow yourself to play it small. You don't play it small. Don't play it small. This is where you stay focused energetically. Okay, I'm going to be using the guiding light cards today. I haven't done anything with these cards lately. And I'm going to pull 2 of them. Okay. And then my higher self cards, literally. My cards. And I'm pulling 2 of those. All right. So there's a lot of beings in between the timeline shadows. And pay attention to the corners of your walls. Because they just like to stand in the corners of walls and just watch you. And they just kind of checking you out, seeing what you're doing. And all of a sudden you start feeling like you got eyes on you. I remember when Valerie Love was talking about an incident that happened to her. She was out at one of her family members' home, and she was out on the patio up on this upper deck that was out looking the opening area of this wide backyard. And she was painting. She's painting. She was taking some time painting. Okay, she's painting. She's into it. And all of a sudden, when she picked up the spraying paint to do the gloss ceiling, and she said, well, I'm going to put a little color at the top on this for the background part. She took it, and when she sprayed it, the thing was pointed the wrong way. She thought she had it at the camera. It sprayed, and there was this creature-like being that was sitting right on the fence thing watching her paint, but it was invisible. But when the paint got on it, it shocked it and shocked her, and it flew off towards the tree area. And she was like, that thing was sitting there watching me the whole time, and I didn't even see or sense it. If it wasn't for the spray paint getting on it, it was sitting there watching me. So, yeah. Things like that. There's a reason when you start feeling something like it's watching you, that's because there is. Because you can feel it. And sometimes I just call it straight out. I just say, look, I know you're in here. I know you're watching me. What do you want? Don't be so invisible. Why don't you just show yourself? See, I'm always about that. Show yourself. Show yourself. Show up. Hello, show yourself. I figure they need to show themselves, but a lot of times they won't. Because one, they think they're going to scare you off if they have intentions just to kind of say hi to you. Or two, they don't want to find out if you're like a warrior person that might kick their butt. And then it's fight time. There's two things. It's either going to be fight or say hi or not at all. Okay? So they don't want to know. But sometimes they'll just show themselves. And a lot of times when they're going to show themselves, they do it in a time like, let's just say hypothetically, some of your guys, when they show themselves, they'll do it in a time when you need them, when you need help. And they'll show up. But you won't think of it as a guide. You'll just say, wow, where did that person come from? We're going to have a lot more of those opportunities. Just letting you know. All right, let's check out what's the message of so far. Let's just look 72 hours. 72 hours, we have follow the signs. Number 8, look around for clues. The answer to your question is right in front of you. I love that. I love that. The number 19, the card that supports it, it says true love. At the core foundation of this relationship is the potential for true love. So when someone really loves and cares about you, they just don't hold any judgment on you. That's how you know. When someone really loves and cares about you. They love you when you're having a bad day. They love you when you're showing up and you're going through your stuff. They love you when you're laughing. They love you. People love you for who you are because they accept you for who you are. They're not trying to put how you're supposed to be around them. Okay? They love you when you're having a good day and a bad day. That's love. That's unconditional love for someone. Is you accept them for just who they are. Right in that moment. Okay? We have Codes. Seek your life purpose. We have codes. And meditation. We have codes. So seek your life purpose. We have code. And then meditation. Codes. So I will do these after the read because they're codes. The star message is dolphins and whales and sea people. Yes, this is going to be playing out a lot. Everything's going to be merging. What have we forgotten? Oh, that's beautiful. It's so pretty. Number 26, creation. Creation. What have we forgotten? Number 26. The anatomy of the spirit. It is all about gives new meaning to the light bulb being used as a symbol of an ideal, doesn't it? This is the fascinating, wondrous piece of both systems, the brain and the universe. 70% of the distribution of the energy is composed of the mysterious matter. Water in the brain and the dark energy and the dark matter in the observable universe. We are both made of 70% of mystery. That mystery, creation. Creation. Beautiful. And now with the star codes, we have, oh, here we go. Mid-heaven, the pinnacle. Here we go. Look at that, 36. There's that 9 energy. Mid-heaven. The one that tops on the mid-heaven is the number 13, dignified, and that's strength. Okay, here comes the codes. Close your eyes, taking a deep breath. Seek your life purpose. Code 6600. Code 6600. Activate. Fine-tuning. Seek your life purpose. Breathe that in. Activate. Divinely align. Amplify. Meditation 7878. Help inspire more meditation, sitting quietly. 7878. Activate, divinely align, amplify. All right. All right, lovelies. That's going to conclude today. Today is a portal day, so use it well. We only have, let's see, full moon on Wednesday. Wow, we don't have another activational day until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days in between. So next Tuesday will be another activation day. And that's going to be June 17th. Okay. And then that's going to prepare us 2 to 3 days, 2-day energy right before we go into summer solstice. And that's a portal day on that day. But this week energy is going to be the fire lighting of everything that's going to happen when we hit that window of the summer solstice. Think of it like a key turning. Okay, the key turns, shifting, and the energy is changing right at that moment. Okay, so there's a lot of timelines that are trying to be activated to get a negative outcome. But it's not going to happen if you keep your energy up and don't lower it. Keep the vibration up. Please spend time taking care of yourself. Remember what I said, when your legs and your ankles and stuff start feeling weird, you got to remember we're having a lot of energy coming out of our bodies. So your body has to get readjusted. If you have a chiropractor, go in and be seen. You want to get your feet massaged, go get your feet massaged. Want to get a massage, get a massage. If you want to get acupuncture, get acupuncture. But take care of the self, because this is needed as you're getting yourself calibrated and coming into these higher timelines. And make sure whoever's on your team is 100% supporting you spiritually and physically. Okay? Just make sure. This is that time. We got to be very diligent with everything that we're doing. And step into yourself. If it's time to get those projects done, get them done. What are you waiting for? Stop stalling. I say that with love because I know some of you are doing that. Stop making those excuses. Sitting there saying, well, I was just waiting, until this comes through and this is going to be done. And I was just waiting. No, start your project. Start getting it going. All right? Get it going. All right, lovelies. I enjoyed my time with you today to talk about that. Just keep yourself on that high vibe energy. Don't let anybody come along and bring your energy down. I know it's challenging. Sometimes you just want to, but, chill. Take a moment. When people start doing strange things and they're trying to get something, I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But sometimes you don't get a chance to count. Sometimes you just got to snap and be done with it. Snap off of that timeline, step into a new one. Practice that. Another thing, here's a hidden charm. Those of you that are working with the pocket watch, you can also use that as a pendulum. Okay? You can ask it some questions pertaining to that time and reset your time in your watch. So just pay attention. All right, lovelies. It's been good. Have a good day. Be good to yourself. Utilize this time. And I will talk to all of you later. Be good to you.